Yeah,
run.
that's right.
Sure.
Yeah, in the short run. So here's what I think is going to happen, because I look at this, and I mean, I have enough experience in enterprise to understand what pace most companies move at in order to adopt new technology, right? And I mean, that most large organizations aren't as agile as a lot of people might think, and quite often it takes. I mean, it can take you 6 months just to build a business case to buy a tool, right?
Mhm.
I mean, I've worked on business cases that have taken me 4 months just to figure out if we can do a justification for that. So the pace of adoption in most industries is going to be relatively slow. And most employers probably won't see the value of this for their analysts right away. And so in the short run, I don't think your job is going to change too much, but it will change when employers start to see the difference in output over the longer run, I think.
Interesting. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that makes complete sense. And you also mentioned as a short-term prediction, Emal, early adopters will be able to gain a foothold to propel themselves forward. So I guess this kind of connects with what you
Yeah.
just said, right? I mean, it gives
Yeah,
people
yeah,
an advantage.
absolutely, absolutely, and that's why I encourage everybody, right? I mean, when the very first workshop that I did, halfway through the workshop, I put the ChatGPT URL in our member chat, and I said, if you don't have an account, you need one today. I'll wait. I'll wait here live while you go and sign up for this, because it's that important. So I've been trying to encourage everybody. I'm kind of glad my brother Rob brought it up to me, because I was starting a blind eye to it, right? Up until somebody actually put that URL in my face and said, "Hey, take a look at this," right? And
Yeah.
I'm trying to do the same thing for a lot of other folks, because I'm a total convert now. I see the value of it. So if you in the short run, I think that for a lot of folks, a lot of business analysts out there, I think this is your opportunity to get a really good foothold on figuring out how to use the tool, how to incorporate it, how to adopt it. I'm learning as I go right now, because I have a real vested interest, right? As a consultant, you probably know as well as anybody, being an IT recruiter, Dean, that the consulting world is a lot more cutthroat than the permanent role world, right?
Yeah.
As a consultant, it is nearly impossible to survive, because you're constantly getting tested on the value that you're producing. And so I have a real vested interest in figuring out how to incorporate this, because I want to be part of the group of consultants who not only survives but thrives in that industry. And so for anybody else who, even if you're not a consultant, I think that you still want to do whatever you can to operate at your peak. And I think this is your opportunity to get that foothold, so that by the time everybody else catches up to what this thing is, you're not just wrapping your head around it and going through what I'm going through now, right?
Mhm.
Having to sleep 3-4 days just to figure out what the heck this thing is. You don't want to be going through that in a year. You want to be going through that right now, so that by the time everybody else catches up and they realize that, yeah, we're willing to fund something, a tool like this to help our analysts, you are already like at the top of the list in terms of people who know how to leverage things like this. So that's kind of the guidance that I'm giving to a lot of the members that we have, and anybody else that is willing to lend me their ear.